Hi everyone, welcome back to the video. This is lecture 7, or we can say this is day 7 for our learning series where we are understanding machine learning and AI. Before giving us the fun fact today, I want to explain you something about machine learning and AI. As we have already gone through 6 consistent videos on machine learning and AI, you should know the significance of machine learning in today's world. If we talk about the opportunities we get, okay, let's just talk about the opportunities and being specific in careers. Okay, so in 2021, the market value for machine learning and AI field or IT and development was 15.44 billion. In next year, that is 2022, it became 21.17 billion. You seeing the hype? Next, it became 209.91 billion mark, which is an approximate growth of 38.8% per annum. So just understand the opportunities this market has. The market cap is too large, and hence the job market and also the stakes would raise by an unimaginary numbers. If we move next point, so this was our first point. Second one would be application. So the application of machine learning and AI is not limited to some sector or department. It is far more in other fields such as health or logistics. Okay, so it is in health, logistics, then education, then e-commerce, and many more. In any sector you think of, AI and ML would be used in upcoming years, right? Next, if you see the paychecks, money matters, right? The average salary for an employee in US market and all is $80,000 to $50,000 per month, per year. So you can see the paychecks are no less than any other field available in today's world. Also, this 2025 to 30 jobs in these sectors are at peak, right? Next, we have is knowledge and efficiency. This will give you the understanding ability of different things. For example, if you know how to use machine learning and AI, you can use your knowledge to know people's better. You can this can help you understand human better. For example, your customers. If you are working in some healthcare field, you can use this to know the patients better. So overall, machine learning and AI is so significant and so important to learn in today's world that this will make you to, and this will take you to an other extent you can't think of too. Fine. With that, let's move to today's video. In last video, we read about ordinary least square regression, R squares. Then we saw the assumptions of linear regression. Fine. In today's video, we'll see the other parts, and I believe this would be the last video in this series, as we will covering the last few topics which are left to be done. Okay. So the fun fact for today is, do you know our solar system has evolved? I mean, how super amazing this is. If I explain, the heliopause, a region of space in which solar wind isn't hot enough to push back the wind of particles coming from distant stars, and this is often considered the boundary wall of the solar system and interstellar space. So if I write it here, so it is heliopause is the name of the space. So let me know how it was. Okay. Now let's move to the today's topic, which is support vector machine, that is SVM algos. If I give you the pointers, I'll give you this definite pointers in this video, nah? And I'll try to give you definite pointers for this topic. So it is a supervised machine learning algos for classification Okay, classification and regression tasks. So this is the main work of this support vector machine algorithm. Next pointer is, it is particularly well suited for classification tasks. Okay. So this is a supervised machine learning algorithm. Okay, this is important for classification and regression tasks. Okay, and this is well suited for classification tasks. Okay, if you just focus on classification tasks, it works the best. Next one would be, I think you would have heard it somewhere, decision tree regression intuition. Now, what is that? So a decision tree is form of a tree of hierarchical structure that breaks out a data set into smaller subsets. Okay, it's just like a tree. Okay, suppose these are the roots, so it will break the main data set into smaller parts. Okay, next, associated decision tree is incrementally developed. Fine. The third one would be truly contains decision nodes and leaf nodes. Okay, so decision tree involves the two main nodes, which is decision nodes and leaf nodes. The fourth one we have is the decision nodes represent value of input variables, and that is our x, right? And the last one is the leaf nodes represent value of output variables, that is y. Okay, so if you just go through again with this, a decision tree is a form of tree of hierarchical structure that breaks out a data set into a smaller subsets. Okay, it is the associated decision tree is incrementally developed. Now, what is incrementally? Okay, so let me write down here. So incrementally developed means something something is built or refined in small manageable pieces. Okay, small pieces. Okay, the decision tree has two nodes, that is decision nodes and leaf nodes. Decision nodes represent y, x variables, and leaf nodes represents output variable, that is y. Fine. Moving to our next topic, that is about random forest algo. This is algorithm. So it is built multiple decision tree using random samples of data. So what this algo does is, it builds multiple decision tree using random samples of data. Fine, it's like branches. Second one is each tree is trained on different subset of data which makes tree unique. Okay. Third pointer would be this algo ranks features based on their importance. Okay, importance in making predictions. D pointer is it scales well with large and complex data. So if you read all the pointers, they will build an structure of how the random forest algo works. So it builds multiple decision tree using random samples of data. Each tree is trained at a different subset of data, which makes tree unique. Okay, algo ranks features based on the importance in making predictions. Fine, and it is well scaled with large and complex data, so it works good with large and complex data. Fine, it is easy to understand. Moving to the next topic, we have is clustering algorithms or algos. Okay, same things. So under clustering algorithms, we have is k-mean intro. Okay, that is a technique used to organize data. Now this Z or S, it depends on the language you use. Okay, data into groups based on their similarity. Okay, for example, if you see an example for this, so online stores, for example, if there is some online store, let it be an online store, so it will use k-mean to group customers based on purchase frequency. So this is how k-mean is used to help organize data into groups based on their similarity. Okay, so this is all to this series of machine learning and AI. I hope I covered all the basic parts, and some of them will also help you in research methodologies. So happy learning. I hope you have learned and made notes, and this series would have helped you in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, trusting me, and watching all this series and it lectures. Thank you so much. If you have any doubt, you can put down in comment section and I'll reply to your comments as soon as possible. Take care.